What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel and thanks for watching today. So we're just doing a nice little cruise in the rain here, you know what I'm saying? It's amazing. Even when it's raining, you can ride, dude. It's so warm and just beautiful outside. I mean, don't get me wrong, the weather app said it wasn't gonna rain and it was just sunny like 12 minutes ago, but you know, that's Florida for you. That's one of those things you're gonna have to deal with when living here. But I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about moving to Florida, living in Florida, you know, whether you should, whether you shouldn't. But I'll go ahead and say my first thing about living in Florida is going to be, don't listen to anyone else's opinion, because you know, that's one thing I see on a lot of these pages, and you know, just a lot of the Facebook pages, people in person in general, they're like, why are you moving to Florida? I mean, like, everyone, like, I notice a lot of people say bad stuff about Florida, but a lot of those people are people that just stand on the outside and don't actually know anything about it, or have actually lived here, or just, you know, listen to other people's opinions. But you know, don't listen to anyone else's opinion, because if that were the case, I wouldn't even be here right now. You know how many people like said something bad about moving here, and I'm just like, you know, you can't listen to other people. But you know, there's a lot of perks, definitely, you know, like, especially if you want to open a business in Florida. I don't know, man, there's so many people here, and if you do it right, like, for instance, you know, I opened up a mobile mechanic business here, and if you look at the stats on how many mechanics there are in Florida, or like how many shops there are in Florida, you'd literally be shocked, you know. So don't think that just because there's a million people already doing it that you can't, because that is so not true. What you have to do is you have to do it better. You have to do it differently. You know, you have to just be good at what you do. You have to do it better, you know. You know, because a lot of people I've talked to too, they're like, man, there's so many like mechanics and people already doing this. It's like, you know, that's kind of risky. And it's like, it's not, because if you know what you're doing and you treat people right and you do a good job, you can succeed at anything. I mean, there's so many people here doing so many different things, like all those community pages for like each town on Facebook. Oh my God, so many people advertising their business every single day, and it's like almost overwhelming, you know. And granted, a lot of those businesses probably won't make it, or, you know, whatever. Who's saying I will? But, you know, it's worth a try. You know, getting jobs here too, like if you decide to move here, I would really suggest to have a game plan set up well before you come here, because with the influx of people definitely comes, you know, an influx of everything being used up as far as like resources. Like, think of how many people are needing jobs. I mean, when a job comes out and that job's available, there's hundreds. I mean, I might be a little dramatic when I say thousands, but there's so many people applying for that job, especially if you're doing it online. Like, you really have to be creative in that source. Like, you can't just fill out an application. Like, you have to show your face. You have to be creative in order to get that job. But no, another good thing, especially if you're watching this channel and you like motorcycles, being a biker here is, you know, it's very dangerous, but man, it is so much fun. When we were moving down here, as soon as we got into Florida, we saw bikes just like just everywhere. It was so crazy, and I was like, yep, we have arrived. There's a lot of like biker gangs here too, or whatever, clubs. People always get butthurt when I say gangs, but you know, those 1%ers, they you know, it's kind of iffy on what you want to call it, but you know, they do some pretty crazy stuff. But I saw, as soon as we got into Florida too, I saw a lot of them. I think it was the Mongols. I was like, whoa, there's a lot of crime here in Florida, a lot of things going on. You know, if you're not in that world, you know, you might not, you know about it or see it, but you'll definitely see that stuff on the news. A lot of crime, a lot of, you know, sirens always going off, a lot of stuff like that. So, you know, just beware if you're moving from a sleepy little hometown. You know, you might hit a bit of culture shock when you get here, because man, there is some stuff going on. All of it, fraud, you know, there's a lot of killings, a lot of robberies, all the jails are full here. It's pretty crazy. Another thing you're gonna have to deal with too in these recent years is you know, a lot of traffic, man. It never used to be like this here, but now there's a lot of people here, a lot of traffic, mostly everywhere that I go. All the, you know, Reddit stuff I read, all of the pages I get on, they're always complaining about traffic. I'm just like, shut up. Like, can you be any more original? You know, it's like, we get it. There's traffic. People want to be here. There's a lot of people. So just, you're going to have to deal with traffic. If you want to have access to more things, if you want to have a better life, I mean, you know, that's up for debate on what you think a better life is. But to me, I don't know, being able to do more things and being able to have more access to stuff and being around people, and I don't know, that seems like a better life to me. I mean, where I was living in Maine, it was too freaking sleepy for me, man. Like, I don't know, there was just nothing going on, and all I ever did was just sit inside. I never wanted to go outside. I always felt like this sense of depression, especially during the middle of the winter. I don't know, I'm just not into winter sports, and I don't like being cold. I don't like slipping on ice. I don't know, man. It really was not for me, you know. But, you know, definitely if you decide to move here to Florida, prepare yourself job-wise. Make sure, you know, if you have a job or if you work online, make sure to, you know, talk to your company to see if you're able to transfer, you know, all that stuff. Because if you come here just expecting to get a job right off the bat, you may be in for some sort of surprise. I mean, I spent a lot of time talking to people, and luckily I had work right away before I started my business. But for some other people that I know, especially on those pages that I keep talking about, you always hear and see people like talking about not being able to get a job or filling out hundreds of applications and not getting even a call back, you know. And I've even talked to a friend of mine. He's like, yeah, he's like, I fill out like 7 applications a day. Just think of that though, like 7 applications a day. How many places are there to work? There's a lot around here. There's all sorts of Amazon warehouses. That's a really cool thing about living here too, is like one day or same day Amazon delivery. That's crazy, man. There's so many warehouses or Amazon warehouses in this area. It's just mind-blowing, literally. But yeah, there's definitely some culture shock. You know, I definitely could see how if you grew up in a small, you know, sleepy town though, I can definitely see how you might like it. But I can also definitely see how it would take some getting used to, you know. If you're into bike life and car shows, oh my god, especially in Central Florida, there is so much to do. It's like almost like a daily thing. Like, I remember, I think November, December, basically, there was so many events and shows that I wanted to go to that I couldn't even go to them all because they all like overlapped, and like a lot of them were on the same day, and you couldn't it just wasn't possible to do it all. But I don't know, being a biker in Florida is awesome. It's dangerous because of all the people you have here, you know, on the roads. A lot of uninsured motorists. You know, Florida is a no-fault state. People complain about that a lot. So, you know, just keep all those things in mind. But yeah, being a biker here is really cool, man. You can just get on your bike whenever you want. It don't matter. 9 o'clock at night, 7 in the morning. It does get cold for like a couple days a year here, but even then it's like 50, 60 degrees, and you know, all you really need is you know, an extra jacket, maybe some thicker gloves, and you're good to go, really. But yeah, you know, lots of cool people here, lots of crazy people, you know, but you know, it seems like people are really polite and nice. You know, you do got your angry, grumpy ones, but you know, that's everywhere, I guess. You know, all your snowbirds, a lot of like 55 plus communities and you know, stuff like that. But it's awesome, man. I like it. I like being here. I hope if you are thinking about making the leap, that I hope you're brave enough to go ahead and just do it. Like I said, plan it out. Don't just move here and like wing it, you know, like have a game plan, have a solid game plan, and just stick with it. You know, look around for houses. If you want to rent, you know, I can recommend homes.com, trulia.com, Zillow. You know, all those apps are super legit. We looked at houses through all those places, and you know, all of them were really good. You know, if you are moving to the Central Florida area and you are looking for a realtor, you can also contact me, because I worked with a really solid realtor, and she could really help you, you know, find a place for rent, or if you want to buy. But I would definitely recommend to you know, rent first, see where you like it, because it is kind of true, you know, living here and being on vacation here are definitely two different things, you know. So I mean, look at all this traffic. It's pretty crazy, but you know, it's alive here. There's life. There's things happening. You know, your social life will probably explode if you allow it to. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I will answer all of them. And if you need to email me, my email is in my bio or my description. And yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. If you do, please subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you thought about it. Alright guys, I hope you have a good one. Peace.